Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be about Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. Now, I didn't even know that she was together with anyone. So this is going to be interesting, right? So I have some interesting questions here about their whole relationship. But before I get to it, let me just see what's the energies happening as far as like what's up with this couple. What can we see? It's kind of just like when I do this, sometimes I get more like interesting shit that be popping up, right? Than actually asking questions. You know, interesting things be happening. So let's see. What's up? What's going on? Okay, here. Very interesting. I'm seeing a businessman. So there's a businessman, right? The count and the countess and all that, those are the kings and the queens, just so people can know. So let's see what's going on with this couple. Wait, can we see? All right, so let me get this. Oh, there's some conflict here, guys. Some major conflict. Like, yeah, this is an element of strategy, right? Because it is the Seven of Swords. And let me just say, I love this card. This is one of the cards I love with this deck. Because it's really cool. Look at it. You know? This is like a historical type of image and shit. But I ain't going to get into it now. Because, like, I'll get into it forever. I don't know. This deck be inspiring me. I'll be having decks that's, like, really cool. That, like, be inspiring me. Okay. But I'm seeing like a fight, some sort of war or conflict, right? Also, this man, it's telling me he's a little bit devious. Let's see, what else is going on with these people? What else is going on with these people? What can be shown to us, right? There's a lot of hidden things with this couple as well. Let me just say, like, even with shuffling the cards. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that there's a lot of emphasis on making money, on strategy. This is what I'm getting. A lot of emphasis on making money, on strategy. I don't know. Not just that. I know this is going to sound intense, but it's telling me some sort of Ponzi scheme. Particularly with this Mel. It's telling me this Lewis Hamilton guy. I'm getting a shady businessman. Not just that, I don't know, he's full of conflict. Bad deals. Backstabbing. Manipulation. Alright, interesting. Not just that. I don't know, again, Ponzi scheme. Money is not what it seems. And, oh, look at this. Another of my favorite cards. The Seven of Wands, uphill battle, conflict, evil eye, negativity. Interesting. Oh, damn. In the situation to do with war, this man is very aggressive. I'm seeing a man that's totally aggressive, and it's telling me towards her as well. Interesting. Very interesting. What can we see about this shady businessman? What can we see? You know, like even because the Eight of Wands represents communication, right? I don't know, it's just telling me a man that's very, it's saying hasty, but not just that, a bit tormenting and abusive. So, ooh, not good energy. Like, even I feel it, it's a bit hostile. What's going on with this shady businessman? What else can we see? Okay, am I going to get that whole pile? All right. What else can we see with this shady businessman? Let's see. Okay, so a lot of this has to do with money, this connection, this sort of romance. I'm going to be asking if it's real. But I'm seeing that he's juggling a lot of things. It's almost like the full energy, but I don't know, he's stuck. Not just at this hill, it's almost like a mountain. Dealing with adversity. He has vibes of adversity. The money is not what it seems. I don't know anything of this guy. What I'm seeing here is that he does party hard with this Three of Cups. It's telling me he parties hard. Not just that, he has a harem of women. Ooh, very deep. You know, if you really want a super deep reading as well, definitely watch my Kourtney Kardashian reading and her Travis Barker, I believe his name is. But yeah, very interesting. This man, though, he's waiting for things to develop, you know. He heard the whole Kardashian situation, that these are supposed to be women of, like, opportunity of making things happen. So he's waiting, being all scantily clad and shit with his little dress or shorts, whatever that is. I'm being silly. At the same time, though, I don't know. I know this is the Page of Cups, but it's telling me this is almost Kim's vibe. Kim was just like, you know, I have love to offer you. But it's almost like the vibe that I'm getting, even when I start this reading, because usually I'm high energy. I don't know. Kim is exhausted. It's telling me exhausted. I don't know why she plays these games. You know, because this is a woman that's tired. The energies keep telling me she's tired. She's tired. You know, she doesn't have the strength, you know. Like, I guess she's getting older. And just, she's tired. She's been through this so many times, you know. And it's kind of just like how many fake relationships, how many failed relationships. Actually told me failed. But how many failed and fake relationships do you have to be in before you're kind of just like, you know, it's not the best. You know, like those old Hollywood actresses. Like, sometimes I guess they might have married like 4 or 5 times and shit. And then they just decide to be like to themselves, you know. That's usually what happens, even in real life. Like, once women kind of run the rounds and keep doing it and it's not like, you know, the best for her, eventually it's kind of just like, okay, I'm cool alone, right? And that's what I'm seeing here. She's kind of just like a tired woman giving minute love. A lot of this, though, it's a thing to do with strategy. I know that this is a wand, but it almost looks like a sword. You know, it's funny how they do that with this deck. A lot of like the wands, or at least I know like I think the Queen of Wands, she was holding a feather and it looks like a sword. Now it's kind of just like this Ace of Wands. I don't know, almost like a sword or some sort of like instrument or something. It's a strategy with this, especially with this particular deck. It delves deep into people's situation as far as what's their mind, like what's going on with their circumstances. This is why this is one of my current favorite decks. As of the moment, trust me, I have like endless favorite decks, but this is like one of my like current favorites and shit. So what I'm seeing here is that, yeah, it's all about building businesses, building things. Almost like you see like skyscrapers and shit. These people are trying to build a empire. I hate saying that shit, but you know, they're trying to build an empire, particularly this Lewis Hamilton guy, right? But it's full of conflict, guys. It's full of conflict with this tower energy. You know, I'm seeing bad business deals, so don't be surprised if scandals come out hearing that this guy, he's not the best at business, because I'm seeing that he's ruthless. So he might be good at business, but he's ruthless, very ruthless, and I don't even know what he does. I mean, yeah, things are going to have to play out because this is slow energy. I was getting a lot of energy as far as like illusions and shit. So this relationship, it has to play out, you know, especially if you want to see some of the karma, because it's telling me it's very karmic. This is a karmic situation. He's tired as well. He just wants to rest. There's a lot of people after him. Not just that, it's telling me he's really hungry with money. He's greedy. So, this is actually interesting. This is interesting. Let's see. Is there anything else to ask? I mean, we kind of got like the full story with this. Now, let me see. Like, what's going on with Kim? Okay, pull this deck. Yeah, what's going on with Kim? What can we see? What's happening with Kim? Is she happy? Like, what's up with her? Okay, well, you always know that she's doing her little spell work and shit. She's trying to spread love. She's trying to switch up her whole circumstances. You know, she wants to be perceived a certain way. That's why it's a rainbow here. It's kind of just like, I don't know, she's trying to seem fair. She's trying to seem balanced. She is mature. So she's trying to stray from that sort of dark aesthetic and trying to be more, I don't know, it's telling me humble. But at the same time, though, she'll be and do what she has to do. You know, it's kind of just like if people come to her and say like, okay, we need you to be this. We want you to be dark again. We want you to do. She's going to do what she has to do. I know I would ask about her, but how is she since leaving Kanye? Because I know Kanye was like the mastermind in a lot of ways of the whole, I don't know, her premiering in fashion, if you want to call it that. You know, so how is she, because this is related to that. So let me ask about that. How is she vibing since Kanye is not around to help her with that? Is she doing good? Is she panicking? What's going on? I mean, she might be channeling energies. You know, she's open. She's getting other people to like infuse ideas into her head. That's what I'm seeing here. What else? At the same time, though, she be trying to like depend on these, I don't know, romance stories and love situations, and it's just distancing herself from like, I don't even know if you want to say fans, because I don't even know if she has fans. Let's be real. I don't think these Kardashian people, they have actual fans. I think what they have are just people that are amused by them, interested by them, right? You know, I think it's different. I think fans, it's a whole different energy. I think people just check in with these Kardashians, right? And if they're like I don't know, taking some sort of vitamins and shit, like, or eating some sort of like super healthy bullshit, then people's like, oh, this is cool. But I think people are growing away from that, because I'm seeing a distance. This is almost like the Six of Wands, almost like it's about success, but this is different. This is about strategy. But again, there's a distance. Like, people don't even care about this romance, you know? It's like, even me, like, I didn't even know. That shows you how, like, you know, whatever they're pushing or trying to go for, like, people are just not interested. You know, she needs to like put this to rest. But there's a vibe as well of like, I don't know, she's just trying to switch things up, because the Six of Swords is about sort of just like you trying to move into a better situation. So I'm seeing that she's trying to progress into a better situation. But I don't know, guys, it's conflict. It's conflict here. You know, again, people are not interested. This is a vibe of projection. This is very deep vibe. The guy here, he looked really creepy. Let me just say that. Extremely creepy and scary, right? I know some people that look like him. Anyway, particularly like a girl, you know? She's like mixed with like, I shouldn't say it just in case someone like, you know, just in case they like watch this video somehow. I don't know how they can find me, but I do have my name on my channel. So that would be very fucked up if, yeah, they're like, oh, we watched your shit. And then it's just like, oh, and you were talking shit, so let me just shut the fuck up. But she looks just like that. Just like that. I think even her brother. And she even looked like this too. I think she liked this when she was younger, and then she progressed into this. Anyway. The Seven of Wands is all about like challenges, right? But again, the energy of projection. It's telling me like, she's trying to find what works, but people are not really, I don't know, they're not vibing with it. They're just not vibing with it, you know? That's what I'm seeing. You know, she's trying to use the whole relationship, but again, it was a distance with that. She's trying to relate and she's trying to project, but to be honest, what, is she just looking ugly? Because those two people are kind of ugly. At least the guy was. And so it's kind of just like, so what were you, like, what is she trying to do? You know, what is she trying to go for? But anyway, let's continue. I mean, let me just say that there's no love in her life. Like, I don't know, guys. It's just telling me there's no love in her life. It's an emptiness. There's a harsh emptiness about her circumstances. A harsh emptiness. And it's kind of just like when she do, like in her heart, right? And because this is the future slot. In her heart, it's kind of just like, okay, these deals are empty. These deals are about business, right? These deals don't necessarily make her comfortable. Yeah, she's trying to look like she's confident, right? But this is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is almost just like, I don't know, it's just telling me an emptiness. It's a hollowness with this as well. You know, she's starting to age now. It is what it is. And it's just like, I don't know. Her situation is empty. I'm seeing that she's still trying. I'm seeing that she's still like dealing with advisors. Obviously, why wouldn't she? But I don't know. What can we see as far as her? Does she love this Lewis Hamilton? What can we see? Do you see how that went back into the deck? That was interesting. He's a brutal man. So how can she love him? He's a brutal man. Let's see. Is there anything else? What can we see? Yeah, there's an energy of conflict here, of an opportunist, of a man. It's telling me he hides his face. I don't even know what that means, but that's like an intuitive, I don't know, download. It's telling me a man that hides his face. So he hides his face and he's just hardcore. It's telling me because his inner core is delicate. Before I look and say anything else, why is his inner core delicate? Because it's telling me his inner core is delicate. What's going on with this inner core? Is it homosexuality? What is it? What's going on? Okay, what's going on with his inner core? All right, so there's things to do with love and romance, right? That's what I'm seeing. His inner core is delicate. Love and romance. He's a family man. Oh, what I'm seeing here is that this Kardashian, he can't build a future with... Yeah, he can't build a future with her. This man wants a future. Trees represents lineage, family. It has to do with family. He's a family man. Yeah, he might be harsh or whatever, hostile, but he's a family man. Not just that, it's a situation to do with almost just like, I don't know, he's a little bit too controlling when it comes to women. So this is giving me a type of an archetype, right? A sort of archetype where it's like a strong man, right? Like he's ruthless in business. This is an interesting archetype because this is an archetype that exists. You know, let me just say that, especially for people who had readings with me in the past, you guys know this archetype because especially like the women that's like, you know, be dating different guys trying to find love and stuff. This archetype be popping up and he comes in different forms and ways depending on what's like going on with the energy, obviously. But this archetype is a very interesting archetype because it's like, okay, a very masculine man. And I don't know anything of this man, right? Right, guys? So this is a very masculine man, right? Ruthless in business, all about trying to make money. But at the same time, he does have a delicate side. So if his mother's life, he loved his mother. But it's funny because you know how like women say silly things like, oh, if you love his mother, then that means he's going to love you. You know, like that'd be like bullshit a lot of the times. So what I'm seeing here is that like, okay, yeah, he loves family and shit like that. But it's a controlling, possessive vibe, right? He wants these women to be, I don't know, under his control. And I don't know why I keep getting harem. Almost just like he wants a woman to clean. And I know this is going to sound grotesque, guys, but it's just what I'm seeing. Like he wants like one woman to clean, one woman to suck his toes, one woman to do this, one woman to do that. Like, I don't know. This is reminding me, I used to know this Kurdish guy. And this guy was just running through all the bitches and shit because obviously he's Kurdish. So, like, you know, like he has some sort of foreign charm, whatever. And, you know, he looks different, whatever. And he had a wife. Then he was hooking up with one of the neighbors here. That was like, we're cool, whatever. But then it's like he was playing her. And then it's kind of just like he was Muslim. So, like, he shouldn't be doing this because, like, yeah, he's Muslim, he's married. But then he had sex slaves. And the reason, how he justified it to me, he said because, I don't know, I forgot what it was, honestly, because it was bullshit. He said in Islam or something, like you can have temporary wives or some shit. And he said he only can have a certain amount. So he said, like, sometimes he rotate between 3 or 4. And sometimes, like, he stops messing with those women and bringing in new women. It was just, like, some sick, real weird, cultish, like, sick vibes and shit, right? And again, it was because he's, like, this type of archetype. Because he was, like, a businessman and stuff like that. So it's just interesting. Then he tried to be like an intellectual. So it was just like, yeah, I'm just getting that same vibe. You know, this is a vibe. And it, you know, because like people sometimes, they're not always unique. They always have like an archetype with them. You know, like sometimes people can be unique. And that's why it's great when people are unique. But really 9 times out of 10, people just fall under a certain stereotype. It just is what it is, right? So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting like a guy like this, like that guy. He loved his mother, but it was just like, I don't know, he was just playing a lot of games on women. And it's kind of just like, if you were cool with him, he loved to brag and then talk about it. Like, oh, like this woman's doing this, I have one woman to do this, and oh, like I'm thinking about divorcing my wife, but I don't know, she'd be begging me to stay. Like he was one of those type of dudes, and that's just what I'm getting here. Okay, what's the other slots? Yeah, what's going on with that? All right, the 8 of Cups. walking away. He's gonna walk away. He's not interested. And it's interesting. Look like this is an old woman here, and you see the guy. The energy is telling me it's a lot of shit. What does this look like? This look like, some country's leader, right? And I'm not even saying he's a bad guy. I know I have to watch what I say because it's YouTube, right? Sometimes they want you to just be bashing someone and say someone's a bad person and shit, to fit a narrative and stuff. I'm not, going to say the person's good or bad, right? But he looks like someone's leader here, right? Like that looks like someone's leader. Meanwhile, it's kind of just like, the woman here, and she looked like all old and shot. So I'm getting, this is explaining everything for us. Remember how like sometimes when I say things, it's for a reason. It's not just for right? Because it's like the energies are trying to explain things to people so they understand what's happening, what I'm seeing, right? So remember how I was saying like that Islam Kurdish dude, right? Like how he was with women and stuff like that. Now this is an authoritarian image. The guy there that you're supposed to basically worship, and he's supposed to be the supreme leader, blah, 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 right? And it's kind of just like, why is the woman shot? The guy's gone. She's shot. I don't know. It's kind of just telling me this is what this guy do. This is how he is with women. He gets them invested, but then he leaves. But the funny thing with this Kim is that she already been through this, but at the same time, and I'm not trying to offend anyone, she is still a woman. So sometimes that plays a role in things, It's kind of just like, we have our personalities, but at the end of the day, we still have things that's our core, like makeup, our core programming. So at the same time, she's still, I don't know his zodiac sign, but I know she is a Libra woman, right? That's significant. That plays a role in this. That's why she's like old and she's here and she's looking like that. That sort of programming, it's in effect, right? So, it is what it is. More energies to do with conflict. It's telling me conflict. Even if you were to marry him, you see these 4 sticks, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like the 4 of Wands, right? But this is the 5 of Swords representing conflict. It's telling me that, like, even if someone was to marry him, he's just full of conflict. Sometimes when, and it just is what it is, sometimes when these like ultra macho type of dudes, right, where it's about like, just business and like, oh, I don't have really no delicate side, even though I do, and I'm making all this money, and the energy's telling me it's true, and I'm like being with all these women and stuff. It's no future for none of them. If you want to be real, it's no future for, when I say none of them, it's no future for the man. It's no future for the women. I don't know if women are starting to notice that now. Like, I don't know if that's starting to be a turnoff because, especially since the Andrew Tate thing, but he was a poser. His thing was fake, right? His wasn't legit. That's just a bisexual dude. That's a weirdo. I'm like, I don't even have to do reading on him. I already know the energy, right? But like, this guy, he's like the genuine article if you want to talk about like alpha dude, whatever. But the thing is that that's not a future for humans, right? Because the thing is that, it's soulless in a way. It's like humans, we build communities. It's about love, right? It's about romance. It's about partnership. It's about kind of like community and kind of like feeling feelings and understanding each other, right? Now, if a guy is just basically, oh, I'm top dog, I'm making all this money, I'm fucking all these bitches, then it's kind of just like, okay, what real future is that? It's no future even for the male. It almost makes me think of like the male lions. You know how like they have like basically their harem, and the male lion is just like hooking up with the women nonstop, all these different lionesses and shit, having kids, and people's like, oh, that's like the king of the jungle and all that. But if you really think about it, though, it's really deep. It's like an esoteric thing with it, because he doesn't even enjoy his life, because that male lion might only be around usually like 3-4 years, 6 years max. 8 years is an insane, unrealistic blessing. So when they reach maturity, they have a short life, because it's like they're going to be dethroned by the next alpha lion, right? So it's like their life basically is just about copulating, if you want to be real, and having children. And yeah, they have like, I'm pretty sure like love with, like whatever is going on in their pride for their kids and the different women. But to be honest, it's like an emptiness with that, This is why I don't know why sometimes people want to act like these things are something to be admired. Like, yeah, I love animals more than humans. I'm going to be real with you. But being a human, it's a blessing, though, because it's like we don't have to make ourselves like these animals, you know? These animals, they operate on a particular type of frequency and programming. Yeah, I love them. But at the same time, you know, it's a different, you know, we're in a more elevated situation. So it's almost just like when people are on this foolishness of, oh, a man just need to provide and he need to make money. And when a man is kind of just like, oh, she just need to look beautiful and have like hips and ass and stuff. It's kind of just like, I don't know, it's telling me low tier, low grade, right? It's kind of just like, that's not, I don't know. It's something with that. I'm just trying to say that, like, whoever is going to be his woman, it's going to, or wife, it's going to be empty because this man is a narcissist and he's controlling. He's one of those dudes. I want to complete this here, so let's see. What can we see with this deck? I'll call it done. All right, I'm going to leave that in future slot. Oh, wait, no, it's 2 cards. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's karmic. She might have met her match. You know, she might have met her match. And it's telling me she did. She might have met her match, you know, with this situation. It's telling me very karmic. Oh, wait, there's not another card. Oh, no. I thought it was 2. Sometimes these cards be, like, thick a little bit. So, like, I'd be feeling like it might be more than whatever. But, yeah, I thought it was another one under it. All right. Yeah, so it's telling me she met her match, and this is a karmic situation with this justice. Justice don't always mean fair. Justice doesn't mean like you're going to get goodness, right? Justice is kind of almost karmic in a way, because if you really think about it, a lot of times, good people have to sometimes wait for justice and good karma. Did you notice that, or seeing their enemy? Have you noticed that? It's kind of just like, you know, you can like be really good to someone, right? Literally blood, sweat, tears, right? Going out your way, doing the best, right? And then you can be betrayed. And then it's kind of just like that person thrives, and it's kind of just like it could be for years and years, and they never really get their shit until eventually when they get it, right? So it's kind of just like, I noticed that sometimes justice and karma, it makes good people wait, right? To receive kind of like what they deserve, you know? So I noticed it's a thing with that. Right? And if it wasn't true, then there wouldn't be all this wickedness going on in the world, right? So it's something I've noticed that, even from experience, even being a Capricorn and stuff, like I notice things with karma and different stuff. Like, yeah, I see people, like they get their shit, but sometimes it has to like play out and it takes a long time. And sometimes it's so fucked up that you move on and you don't even care. Meanwhile, it's kind of just like someone's barren, right? Someone like what they really love, they don't get. Or it's kind of just like, you know, things happen. Things happen. It's interesting. You know, everyone gets what they deserve at a certain point. But I just noticed that sometimes good people, they have to wait. And it's telling me don't say it, but I don't know. There's a way to activate it. If you really want to activate karma, but it's telling me don't say it. I guess for me, because I do be having like enemies watch what I do, so it's kind of funny, right? So it's telling me don't even say it so I won't cancel it out. Yeah, fuck you bitches. I know who the fuck you bitches are. You fucking dumbass cunts and shit. I know who the fuck you dumb bitches are and shit. You know, and I'm not talking about like subscribers or viewers and shit like that. If you guys were thinking that, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real life shit. Anyway, now I'm not even talking about ex-clients or anything either. If people want to know. The 3 of Pentacles. This is speaking of collaborations and shit. I don't know, this situation, just for business. Now, what's going on? These face down cards. Oh yeah, and it flew out in reverse. So fascinating, right? I don't know, guys. The 6 of Swords, more shady conflict, hiding in the depths is what I'm seeing, right? I don't know, I'm seeing tears. I don't know, both of these people are sharks. This Kim and this guy, they're perfect for each other. They're both sharks. It's telling me both toxic. You know, even in their heart is full of shadiness, you know? Sometimes, like, you know how they say, like, mean or bad bitches, however the fuck it's said, like, they link up? I think that's so true. Because I noticed that, like, even with, like, people that are shady that I know, like, they're buddy-buddy, right? Like, they all buddy-buddy. Like, even though they're dysfunctional, It don't matter how like ratchet it is or fucked up, they're buddy, right? And I'm not saying they stick together. I'm just saying though, like they're buddy. Meanwhile, it's kind of just like, even if I wanted to, I can't even associate with them, right? I'm kind of just like, yeah, my own like loner vibes and shit. Like I can't, I never been like a group person type of situation. Meanwhile, it's kind of just like, all these weak bitches linking up and shit, and they're just negative and stupid. It's fascinating. What's the next situation? Yeah, I mean, when we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it can represent things, again, time. I don't know why I like time. And let me just say, like, sometimes the guys listen to what I'm saying, because, like, and that was my feet. I don't know if you guys heard it. So, like, I don't want you guys to think, like, I like farted or anything. That was my feet. You hear it? It's like my sandal. But I wanted to say that it's fascinating because it's just, like, if you guys follow what I say, like, sometimes it's, like, even a lot of times, it's some deep shit. Like, like, if you really, like, listen to it, like, it follows, like, a, I don't know, like it follows a rhythm, right? Because it's like you can hear me like hint at particular things, and then it kind of just like, it builds up. So like I reference time in different ways and shit. I can't tell you how because I forgot, but I know though that like, I'm not building my case well, right? But no, it's kind of just like if you listen to what I was saying, like even at the start of reading, it was almost like something to do with time and things having to play out. Oh yeah, and the temperance that came out earlier, So it's kind of just like, yeah, it all like balance, like it tells the actual story of what's going on with these people. Because again, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it's kind of just like time. It needs to play out. This could be something that takes time to happen, right? Whether it be like 2-4 years, right? Or this isn't anything like 2 days or 2 months. It's just like something that has to play out, something that's karmic. It's telling me a karmic situation. I don't know, it's a situation to do with justice. I don't know, and it's funny because it was telling me something to do with demons, and I was going to close it here, and then my eye was drawn to this deck. So that's actually funny, because I was saying, it was showing me demons. I don't know, like, so you guys can know what I was seeing. This guy's legs, and like, and feet and tail, it just looked really demonic, right? It's kind of like a cute animal, but the legs and the tails look really, the legs and the tail looks really weird. Like, it throws me off. It don't look right. I don't think this animal has a tail and legs like this. So I guess the lady didn't draw it too right. This is a cool deck, by the way. But what can we see about these demons? Because I'm seeing demons. What's going on with this demons? All right, and it's foundational with the energy with these people. Okay, Kim has some sort of connections. Could be with water spirits, who knows? But she practices certain spell work that's dark. All right. Yeah, these people, they're both stuck. This is why they're not happy. I don't know, when I seen the guy, because I don't know anything of him. When I seen him, even his eyes, it looked hollow. It looked cold. It looked dead, to be honest with you. I don't know if he has dead eyes, but when I actually see the eyes, it looks dead. The spirit is dead. Even with her, there's something dead about it. Like, you would think, like, you're crazy rich. You're, like, but it's almost like a sedated energy with her. And same with him. Because this could represent, like, blockages and shit in your life. It's sideways. It's telling me for both of them, it's blockages. And it could be, like, the practices that they do behind the scenes. What else? And they keep it hidden, too. Okay, divine judgment and retribution. Because of how you treat people and other things that happens as well, right? In that reading I did for that woman that was, I guess, killed by that white guy, you'll see it. I didn't want to be crude, honestly, so that's why I didn't put her name, like on the YouTube channel, like on the YouTube, I don't know what you call it, YouTube video. Like, I forget her name anyway, but like, even like now, I never used her name. I only have his name up because, I don't know. It's just kind of like I didn't want to capitalize off that lady's death or anything like that and try to like get little views, right? Because I don't get views anyway. But anyway, it's kind of just like the reason why I bring that up is because that reading up is because I wanted to like be a little bit chill. I didn't want to be too crazy because when this card came up, this card, especially if you watch my past readings, you know what this means, right? This is divine judgment and divine retribution. It was telling me that what happened to that woman, she had coming to her. but I didn't want to be, you know, rude and fucked up because I know that this is it's a sensitive topic, right? But it was telling me something like they were trying to warn her, like just the vibes. It was telling me she was having dreams, like she was having premonitions that she need to leave that guy. Not just that, it was telling me she was involved in some shady shit herself. So it was kind of just like all that mixed with like some sort of delusional or sick pride or whatever. It was kind of just like a ruling was hand down. This card has to do with a ruling being hand down. So there's a retribution with these two because these are two shady individuals. Yeah, definitely divine retribution. Definitely divine retribution. So there is an overseer that watches things, right? In like our lives and shit. It's almost like even the human world. You know how they say you have to pay your taxes, you have to do all this shit. Like, you know, the government's always watching. Same thing with the spiritual realm. They're aware of all this shit, right? They know what you do, how you get down. And even if, you know, people might not see your karma happen or whatever, oh, it's coming. It's coming, right? So it's kind of just like it's deep. And I've seen it. It be deep and shit, you know. You know, it's sad because sometimes innocent people have to go through certain, I don't know, journeys and go through certain abuses and shit, right? It's sad, you know. I don't want to give power to it, but I know it has to do with, like, you know, the whole sins of your father, blah, blah, blah. That's a real thing, too. But then it takes another route where it's kind of just like people, they might have, like, a clean slate and everyone think everything's okay. But there's a overseer that's watching everything. And that divine ruling, that divine judgment, is when it's handed down, it's horrible, you know? This is why, and it's telling me stop. I don't have to get into it too deep, but things be happening, guys. Things be happening, right? Like, yeah. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this reading, right? Peace and abundance, and take care.